now I would love to invite our, the opening remarks by John Dathan. So a little bit about him. First thing is, he is also an SVP and GM at Insight, and he also won the overall Women in Cloud Allyship Award winner. But here is something that I know about him, that he joined Insight in 2018, and then he has 30 years of sales and business management experience in the IT industry. And in his role, he has fostered deep relationships and partner relationship with the customers to help them efficiently manage the current IT needs and transform ahead of the future challenges. And he guides the Insight Canada's overall strategy to meet the customer needs through unique processes, tools, and services provided via Insight, through the intelligent technology solutions, through the supply chain optimization, connected workforce, cloud and data center transformation, and digital innovation. There's one thing that I've noticed. He's the one who loves to wear fuchsia, that style. I've not seen any men do it. So truly a strong ally. We really love that he's here with us. And second, we also want to really congratulate his mom. We are so excited that she got to write her 5th book, and she's 87 years old, and she has written about the history of small community where she lives in the island of Grand Manan. The book is called Harbor of the King. And that means, imagine a woman who is creating access for others, telling stories you can truly understand. Her son would be amazing. So with that, John, I would love to welcome you to Women in Cloud stage today. And you're one of the strongest ally, and we are so lucky to have you today. With that, I'm passing the baton to you.
Well, thanks, Jai. I'm overwhelmed by that introduction. But that outfit is just awesome. Thank you. Thrilled to be here today. The opportunity to talk to this group. I'm a big fan of Women in Cloud. I think you're doing some wonderful things. I love the fact it's global. I get so many people that reach out to me after these things. Terrific. So I'm going to take a few minutes and just talk a little bit about Insight. Now, I consider it a privilege that I get to lead the Canadian organization. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the broader company, but what I want you to be thinking about is, if you're thinking about your careers, obviously we'd love to talk to you at Insight, but also to think about other organizations that do some of the things that Insight does. So I'll talk about that a little bit. One of the things that I'm most proud of is 6 of the top 9 positions in the company are filled by women. So our CEO, our CIO, our CFO, our CHRO, a president of Europe, one of 3 presidents in the company, as well as our principal accounting officer. And why that's so special, there's a lot of companies talking about the importance of diversity and equity and inclusivity, but Insight's a company of action. And that's what I want to encourage any of you that are looking for career change. Think about the companies that walk the walk. Let's go to the next slide, please. We're about 13,000 teammates around the world. We purposely use the word teammate and not employees. We are a large organization. We're also successful in the sense that we are Fortune 373 on the Fortune 500. So a major player in the IT space. One of our 4 objectives is to be one of the best places to work. And so we do a survey of all our teammates every year. And you can see on the left-hand side that 85% of the respondents feel that Insight is a great place to work. And if you look at below that, the norm is 59. So it tells us that we're doing the right things. I love the fact that it's 85 and not 100, because we're not perfect. It's a journey, but I do like the fact that we're being recognized for some of the things that we're doing. We'll go to the next slide. So part of what's unique and special about Insight, and quite frankly, the reason I joined a little over 4 years ago, is the core values of the company. And we base it on 3 incredibly simple words of hunger, heart, and harmony. So hunger is the passion, the drive, where others start, we're just getting going, that type of mentality. Heart ties very closely to my own personal leadership philosophy, and that's how you do business is as important as how much business you do. So heart really is, that's the how you do things. It's so important. And then harmony, IT is one of the greatest team sports out there, whether it's our teammates, our clients, our partners, and the communities that we live in, tying all of those in together. And the beauty of those three simple words, quite frankly, they're not corporate speak up on a wall. These come from our teammates. We have a tool that we use where we can actually call each other out from when we demonstrate above and beyond the normal. So when I see somebody doing something extra special for a client, I can recognize them in front of all of their peers for an act of hunger. Really, really does help bring us all together. Next slide. So I put this on here, and actually the next speaker, Sarah Ampenza, shared this with me a few weeks ago when we were working on something. And I absolutely love this. And it looks at inclusion and equity and diversity, three very important topics. But when you bring them all together, you get this sense of belonging. And that's ultimately what we're trying to create. And what's fascinating about this chart is if you only have two, so if you have, as an example, inclusion and equity, but you don't have diversity, how the heck are you going to get different ideas? If everybody's got the same background at the table, the likelihood of getting new and different ideas, you lose a lot of that probability. So this, to me, really talks about where everybody needs to be on their journey. Next slide. So there's a number of, we've been recognized for a lot of the work that we're doing, and that's important. But what I want to draw your attention to is the fourth bullet down that talks about 7 unique teammate resource groups. So we're in IT, so we have to create an acronym. That's TRG. And so TRGs are small communities inside of the company. They are created by teammates. They're operated by teammates. They're creating these communities where people with something in common get together to learn, to share, to support. And so whether it's the TRG for LGBTQ, whether it's people of Asian descent, people of Latino descent, we call our women's group Women with Insight. We had a terrific event in Montreal last night. But all of these are done, and these are areas of opportunity where outside of the jobs that we all do, we get to form an extra special community. I want to just close with my last slide. This is a quote from Joyce, our CEO, and she talks about our goal at Insight is to make meaningful connections that positively impact the lives of the people we serve, including our clients, our partners, and our teammates. And to me, that is exactly what we are trying to do. And I can't say this enough, that this is truly in the DNA of the company. And we look at this as a journey, then every day we need to get a tiny, tiny bit better. But I'm so proud of what we're doing.